Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Spotlight Sunday, and as we're in February, the spotlight is on the hellebore. And here we have a typical hellebore, single cup, which helps with early pollinators. This one here I grew from seed. They don't usually come true from seed from the parent plant, so you get different variations, and I'll move to another plant shortly to show you the plant that I originally bought. So in my garden I've got white ones and a plum coloured one, which I will show you shortly. So the hellebores typically grow around the woodland edges. They thrive in dappled shade, although some cultivars do grow in sun. So make sure you pick the right plant for the right spot in your garden, and you will be rewarded, as I have been here. Lovely. Let's move to another part of the garden where I'll show you my plum coloured hellebore. So here we are in another part of the garden. This is the original plant that I grew. I bought this at a garden centre. It's a beautiful plum colour, and I collected the seeds and grew them on, and they gave me lots of different variations of this plum colour and a white, which I have in a different part of the garden. Right next door we have another one, again very different. You can see that one has a lovely rim, a light sort of pinkish colour. You can grow these in pots, but if you do grow them in pots, don't let them dry out. They do prefer moistened soil and free draining, so be sure to water regularly. Those that are in pots need a lot more feeding, so general fertiliser or blood, fish and bone. And as well, another good one is a tomato feed, is really good. So generally feed them at the beginning of the season, just to give them a good head start. So I'm going to move over to another part of the garden where I have slightly lighter ones. So these ones that I have here were from the same batch of seeds that I planted. So this one here is quite a lovely creamy white with very small plum coloured spots, and the one directly next to it here has more white around the rim with plum coloured variation of spots here. This one, very similar. Yeah. You can also divide plants, so if you wanted to have more of the same colour, then it's best through division. When you do plant them from division, make sure that you keep them at the level that you got the plant from the original situation. So when you buy a pot from the garden centre, by all means plant it at a level as the pot in the ground. So I've taken you to the last part of my garden where I have hellebores, and it's directly under a maple tree, a Japanese maple that I have, or an Acer. And you can see all the seedlings. So in the summer the pods will burst open, and if you're lucky will set seed. So all these little seedlings will become a plant which you can move around in your garden or give them as gifts. I will show you some that I've grown in a pot. Here you are. These have been in this pot for over a year, so it can take quite a while to germinate, but don't give up. If you just leave them somewhere that will get enough rainwater, and that's free draining. So I've got a bit of perlite in here. So at some point I will prick these out when they get slightly bigger, but they can stay in this pot probably for the rest of this year, as long as I give them some food, they'll be fine.